What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how I download my Amazon and eBay order sheets and how I organize them in a Google Sheet. This kind of just helps out so you can keep everything organized, especially if you have one or two VAs working on orders. This is a good way to organize everything. So when I first started drop shipping, I would just place the order by looking at like the sales record. And while this works when you first start off, if you get too many orders coming in, it's going to become an issue and you're going to mess up orders and double order things and things like that. So let's go ahead and jump into the computer and I'll show you exactly how to download the sheets and then how to organize them on a Google Sheet. Alright, so for eBay, on your seller dashboard, you're going to want to go down to Selling Tools and then click on File Exchange. So File Exchange is basically just a way for you to download sheets from Google. So this is just regular CSV files. And we're going to be using it for our orders, but you can download other things like your active listings or ended listings or anything like that. So once you come in here, you're going to click on create a download request, and then you'll see this screen pop up. And then from this drop down menu, you want to click on paid and awaiting ship. So this is basically going to be your items that you don't have tracking numbers for yet. So if you've been placing orders like the way I explained earlier directly from the sales record, I would just double check the sheet before you place any of these orders because some of them might be duplicates. And if you're going to continue using this method that I'm showing you, you shouldn't run into duplicates for the most part. But you just want to make sure that the first time you do this that you don't have duplicates. Because this is going to be all of your items that basically don't have tracking right now, and if you have some that you've already ordered and you haven't gotten the tracking uploaded yet, it'll show up here on the sheet. So the first time you download this, you're going to want to click on from yesterday. So you'll click on this and it'll give you everything from the previous day. After you do that for the first time, from every time on after that, you can click on all new records since last download only. So this is basically going to give you all the new records, all the new sales that you've gotten since you've downloaded the sheet last time. And then you're just going to put in your email address here and it'll send it to your email. And then now you got the CSV file which you can import into your Google Sheet. Now for Amazon, you're going to go to the top where it says orders inside of your Seller Central. Go to orders, go to the drop down menu and click on order reports. And then same thing from here, you're going to click on date range last day or last 2 days. I like to do sometimes depending on how long you place your orders. Just go ahead and click that, click request, and it's going to send it to whatever email you put in down below. Alright, so now that we got both of those CSV files, I'm going to show you the whole way that I set up my sheet. So I like to have everything in one sheet just so it's kind of organized. Sometimes there's different things in different months, but for the most part, these are basically going to be your normal tabs. And I like to do one sheet per month. That usually ends up working out best for me. So we've got the November sheet here, and the first tab we have in this November sheet is going to be your info page. And this is basically anything that your VA might need when placing orders. So for instance, here I have a billing address. This is just if a VA is purchasing an order with a credit card and they need to add in the billing address. They'll always have it here in this info page just to make it easy for them to place the order. Another thing you could put here is your tax ID. So let's say you have like a tax ID for Home Depot and you need to have the VA put that in when placing the orders. You could just put that tax ID here and it's easy access for them. Second tab here is returns. So this is kind of a ongoing list that I move over from, like, let's say the October to November to December. And basically what this is items that need to be returned. So some people offer free returns where they just upload the return label from the supplier, and other times you have returns that get sent back to your house or to your shipping address and you need to return them. So that you could stay organized, I create this sheet and this is how I organize it. So I've got the buyer ID /name here, and then I've got a sales record number or order ID, And because I do Amazon and eBay, I'll put the marketplace here. And the reason I'll put SRN or order ID, because order ID refers to Amazon, and then SRN would be eBay sales record number. Same thing here with the buyer ID. There's not really a buyer ID for Amazon, so I would just put like their name. So this would probably be like Casey Neistat. All right, so you got the buyer's name here, sales record number, marketplace, and then you've got the purchase date and the item name. And this is the most important column right here. This is return by. So this is the date I'll put on an open return that I have at my house that needs to be returned by a certain date. So I can always go back and look at this sheet and make sure that I get it returned by that date so I can get refunded. Now, I also keep the source order number here. So if you got this from Walmart, put your Walmart order number here, Home Depot order number there. And then I got these drop down menus just to know if I've gotten it returned or not. So let's say we sent this item back with the return label and it got returned, and maybe we're still waiting on the refund. So when I look at this, I can tell that, okay, I already sent this item back. I just need to go and I need to check to see if it's been refunded. So I can grab the source order right there, source order number right there, and then go check on that in my email or talk to one of the live chat reps. Once I got refunded, I can just click yes, and then now I would not carry this over to my next sheet. I could just carry these other two over. Okay, next one is gift cards. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You've got the card amount, then you've got a current balance, the card number, the PIN number, and the order number that it was used on. The reason I do this is to say stay extremely organized with gift cards because they can get jumbled up and you could lose money easily this way. So I put down, I've got Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, and Home Depot here. So you could just add in however many suppliers it is that you have or use gift cards for. And then I put this current balance because let's say we have this card, it was a $100 card and we used all of it. Now we know we used this card on these two orders. And then over here we've got one that's partially used, so we know if I'm placing an order or if my VA is placing an order, they know that there still is a balance on this card of $55.42. And we got the card number here, PIN number, and then the order that amount was used on. So you can just go ahead and add in your gift cards to here, and then when your VA is placing orders, it'll be easy for them to fill out this information and then stay organized. Now let's say you had an item and it had gotten canceled and they put an amount back onto one of your cards. The way you can go back and search for it, so let's say we had this order number here. Let's say that item that we ordered had gotten canceled. So now we got to go check and add in the current balance here. So we could just do like Control F, paste, and it'll find that order number for you, and then you can fill in that remaining balance. So that's a good way to just keep things organized for your gift cards. And I like to have it kind of like the returns where it's kind of a running sheet, and I add this, the remainder cards that have a balance on them, I'll add them over to the following month sheet. Next thing is customer service issues. Again, this one's pretty self-explanatory. You've got the buyer's ID or their name. You got sales record number or order ID, marketplace that it was sold on, item name, the source that you used, and then here in this column, I'm going to put down the issue. So for this item, tracking information shows that the item hasn't moved in 3 days. And then over here, I'll put down whatever actions I've taken, and then this way I can kind of go back and see if this is complete or if I need to do anything for this, right? So I contacted the customer and then contacted Home Depot awaiting reply. So we could also put in here maybe like a date. So we can say 11-1 and now we're waiting for a reply. So we can look back here and say, okay, we contacted Home Depot on 11-1 and we're waiting for their reply. Maybe it's been 2 days and you haven't heard back. You can go in and contact the Home Depot rep again and see what's going on. Another section here for extra notes, and then one last thing that I forgot to add here is is this resolved or not, right? So let's say that we contacted them, we fixed the issue, and did it get resolved? Yes or no? We'll just put yes. This issue had gotten resolved. Now again, like the other two sheets, I won't carry this line over, but I'll carry over any open-ended customer service issues. All right, now let's get to the bulk of this sheet. So the main reason that we have this sheet is so that we can import orders. And here I've got an example of 2 items that I have listed into the store. But let me just show you real quick how to import the item. So you would just go to File, go to Import, click on there, and then you're going to navigate to those CSV files that you got downloaded from Amazon and eBay. They're going to give you a lot of other columns than you see here, but these are the main columns that I use and that I need. So anything else that is in those columns, I would just erase and then file it down to whatever we have shown here. And then the good thing about this is that, like, let's say you could see here I've got a Amazon order, and then I also have an eBay order, but they're both from Home Depot, and I can add those together here and just do a combined order of Amazon and eBay orders, as long as obviously the source is the same. And the way I do that is I'll first organize all this stuff so that the columns show correctly. And let's go over the columns real quick. So we've got the sales record number or order ID. And then inside here, what I'll do is I will put down the source. So if this is Home Depot, I'll put HD in parentheses. If it was Bed Bath & Beyond, I'll put BBB. If it was Walmart, I'll put WM. And the reason I do that is because when I'm going through all these orders and organizing them, it'll help me when I copy and paste and put them into orders that I'll be placing, right? So now we've got the item ID or the SKU number. We've got the item title, purchase price, sold price, the quantity purchased, the multiplier, and the multiplier is basically just going to be your sold price divided by your purchase price, and that's going to give you like a 50% margin, right? That doesn't account for the amount of the fee that Amazon or eBay is going to charge you, but it just shows you your multiplier. Then you got the buyer's name, their address, their city, state, zip, and then custom label. This is easy because you can just go into, like, let's say you're in your Home Depot cart, you could just copy the name, address, city, state, zip, and then copy that over into the order. And then down here I have the subtotal, which is going to just be the sum of these two. I've got the amount of tax that's paid, and then I've got the total, which is the tax plus the subtotal. And then down here I've got the order number. So I'll have the VA put the order number here and then gray it out just to show that the order was placed. And then over here I've got the total sold price, and then I'll have the final multiplier here, which is going to be the total sold price divided by the total purchase price. And then the profit here, this one's just a little extra thing that I add on there. So let's say that your multiplier was 1.25, and then let's say your fees are 1.15. You would just go 1.25 minus 1.15 times that final sold price, and it'll give you the profit. So that's pretty much it. That's how I organize my sheet. And then I'll just do that same thing every day for the month. And once the month is finished, carry over any of those items that need to be carried over, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions on how to organize this sheet, or if you have any other suggestions or anything, just go ahead and comment them below, or you could hit me up on Instagram. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video.